Oma Maa. Maa. uh, Finnish for I don't know what. It was translated here as Land of Promise. Available on Cinemax in all parts and probably elsewhere. Surely. We're not special in that. Annie and Veiko. These are the protagonists. More Annie than Veiko, really. And it's a love-hate story. Well, hate, no. Even if we could and should have issues with love too. There's a short story by Oma Maa. I keep referring to it because it comes to my mind and it's worth noting. It's especially in a world where both the English-speaking and the French-speaking worlds abuse the word love. I love the sky. I love the sky. No, not the sky. The sky. J'aime ça. J'aime la voiture. J'aime le jardin. J'aime tout. Which is demonetizing. It's cheapening the word. I mean, it comes to nothing. I love you. I mean, yeah, but I also love this food, this drink. So, and in that short story, Thomas Mann, the main character says that in fact we find love only in art, in literature, mainly, where indeed personages experience have a feeling that is to the end, beyond, out of this world. Not like here where he was enraged, especially. I love you so much, I have no words. There are no words for my love to describe. Well, love is too much for what you feel, because in a few weeks' time you'll not feel it anymore. So what is that? Okay, let's not indulge too much in that, even if we can, because of our audience, which is enjoying it. So, yeah, Finland, after a war with Russia, cruel Russians, they just tried to kill their opposition leader, by the way, poison. The doctors say not really, but. And Vico is a war invalid. The brother of Annie has died in front of him, although his family refuses to accept that. Her mother, Annie's mother, says Vico is alive. She falls in love with him. In fact, she's the one pushing it somehow. But there's a class difference. She belongs to a rich family, although she's telling her mother, yeah, but you paid for the bakery. Father was just a traveling salesman. So what's the big idea? How come we're so aristocratic and high-minded? Anyway, the family doesn't accept him. He's just a lumberjack. How can you have anything to do with a lumberjack? True, it's funny. At the table, the family has learned to surpass their origins and put on a face and eat differently, and he's he's using some less spectacular words, let's say that, and he's eating with relish. He's hungry, but without the savoir-faire of a high-class family. So I'm thinking of the joke. There's a joke I've read in The Economist that the Finnish supposedly have, but it would be good anywhere. Here, too, we had Soviets. It was worse than in Finland actually, because they had communism brought and thrown on our heads, and we still feel the consequences, and the next generation will too. I don't know about the other, but anyway, at the border, the Finnish border, border guard asking a man coming in name, Vladimir Vladimirovich, if that's about second Putin. Occupation? Not now, just visiting. So, yeah. And since her family doesn't accept their union, they marry, but they have to suffer the consequences in a, maybe if that's the title, it was translated like that. Pământul făgăduinței, something like that. They have to enjoy the benefits of the promised land. Those who took part in the war and have been injured, Veiko, received some land from the state, but it's with trees on it. It hasn't been cultivated. It will be a tough thing. It will be something impossible to do something with it. I mean, to on your own, to get the trees off. Yeah, but they're supposed to bring in some machinery. Okay, but the machinery only if, and it's promised so much, and so there's a little bit of politics, some conflicts with the others. There's a rich man who had so much, had all the lake, everything else. There's snow, some spectacular scenery. Yeah, it's fabulous. Cold. I mean, you feel cold just by looking at the scene, for instance, where Veiko falls. He's suffering some pains and fits and from the injuries of the war. So he falls down at one point near frozen water, and he's under it, and we think he's gone because he's under the. Annie hears something, rushes to get him out, but she doesn't find him. He's under the ice somewhere. So, and it's taking forever, and you think, okay, that's. She takes him out eventually, but he has to go to the hospital. There's a lot of trauma, suffering in this land of promise. So, but a remarkable movie.